of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway from Ford Field. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. First down, it's gone. And right away, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Valentine opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. 23-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the 1st. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms. But I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover or takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
The score, Packers 14, Lions nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
And this will wind up a Lions first down as he gets it up past the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Shell.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
46-yard line.
180. 76. Tell him. 76. 76.
Now Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach. And let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're growing louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on it. You hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's get sack lunch.
Back to throw, Goff. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Right here,
To the air again, Goff. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 3rd down.
7 makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And Swift is not going to get there as they stop him short of the yellow line. Brian Flores learned under the master. He's going to go on 4th down. They'll try it now with Swift. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
It's a gain of a yard.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. Eluding the pressure right. Flush to his right. And he'll get nothing out of that one. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together.
Goff a handoff here to Swift. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now a play fake, and it's gone. And this is caught by Fells, right side. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
It's 4th down.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Now a toss for Swift left side. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Swift. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score. Packers 14. Lions 7. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they can very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Rodgers now on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Looking for his tight end, fouls, and it's intercepted. DeAndre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. Touchdown, Packers. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and it's now 21-7.
Packers 21, Lions 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He's airing it out for Williams. They've got his man complete. There he goes right side. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run with Swift, and this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. One more time with Swift. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. They will run it with Swift here. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. That's to his running back, complete. He's going to be stopped shy of the end zone. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get position for at least 3 points.
It's now 2nd and 10.
88. Kill. Turn it up.
Box it. Move again.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones, and he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. It's fielded at the 45. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. On first down. Swift. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Credit Zadarius Smith, able to get through and make that tackle for a loss. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Good go. 180. Ready? Hey, we got tight left, tight ends left. 3 down. Hey, watch this. Hey, 5. Check 37.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And the Lions first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
He runs. Go, Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's 4 down. Let's go, D. Let's go. Watch the safety creep. Horrible. 51's the Mike. Push him back. Hey, Mike 51.
To throw is gone.
All day, defense. All day.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. DeAndre Swift in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, Charles, you were so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to pull things back a little bit.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
After the penalty, it's Jones. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. You think about the great running backs in the game today. I don't know if Aaron Jones is a name that comes immediately to mind, but it should, evidenced by that run there.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates. They're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works. But he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
Value 3. Value 3.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Swift running left. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot. 51's a Mike.
They'll run right here with Swift. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. And Chris Barnes there on the stop. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. On the return comes Cobb. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Derek Barnes in on the stop.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And he hits his target, the tight end Lewis. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he's got some space here. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
Let's go.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now Jones. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Leads to second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Got a man open, it's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Lions 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Valentine opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. Nifty move. Fighting through the tackle at the 30. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Now Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
12.
On the draw, Goff will give this to Swift. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. They run out of the gun with Swift. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
46 yards rushing for him now to this point. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted a 3rd of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3. He gets this complete to Cephas. And he is going to have a Lions Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, alert three.
Once again, it's Swift. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's a handoff to Swift. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Hey, shell. 12.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's unable to get away. They stop him at the line on 4th and 2. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 11.
On play action, Rodgers. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 45. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start on the ground with Swift. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This one taken in by Cephas. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Right here, guys. Fight.
11. Heavy on the edges. Heavy.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, They're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. Rodgers throwing here. And it's complete to Adams. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Packers. Crosby with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And all the way down to the 26. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. A great run, but, you know, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
Yeah, he's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just called the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
And he is going to be stopped here for no gain, and that is going to be the final play of this football game. A big offensive explosion.